150 round per minute scout rifles. Guys, I gotta say, they are hit or miss. They're either the best thing since popcorn, or they're just straight ass. There's like no in between. Now, Iron Banner has launched and brought us Talons of the Eagle. This is a 150 round per minute scout rifle, and mine actually rolled with some pretty decent perks, as well as a perk I have not tried until today, which was actually very deadly. So fellas, we're gonna talk perks as well as the perks I would be looking for on these scout rifles. We're gonna also talk time to kill, as well as the subclass and exotics that I was pairing with this scout. Now let's go over these perks real quick. Right off the bat, guys, I'm rocking small bore. Pretty good for range as well as stability. My magazine perk is a tactical mag perk. But the traits here is when things start to get interesting. We've got firmly planted. I have heard that this was a great trait, but this was the first time I ever really used it. It increases accuracy, stability, and handling when firing while crouched. Now, of course, some weapons you wouldn't want this on. Like to me, I wouldn't want this on a 900 round per minute SMG. You're pushing a lot more, maybe you're playing the vertical game. So firmly planted obviously wouldn't do well on those guns. But being a 150 round per minute scout rifle, you playing the lanes very hard, which is what you see me doing in all of this gameplay. Firmly planted is a T1 perk for these scout rifles. Now the final trait there, Rampage. Again, that's nice. It throws on and tacks on a little bit of damage. Not necessary though. Let's talk about the perks I would want on this weapon. Again, I guess I'm stuck in my ways. Small bore is not bad, but I would probably still go with fluted barrel. I feel like every video here recently I've been picking fluted barrel. But in this magazine column, boys, I think steady rounds is the way to go. Again, this is from a PvP perspective, but you can't go wrong with steady rounds. Now, trait-wise, we've got a lot of different things we can go with. Originally, I said I wanted Zen Moment, and even said something like Zen Moment with moving target. But that was before I actually played with Firmly Planted, which is in the same column as Zen Moment. And I'm a little torn, guys. Not that the weapon isn't already good enough when you're standing up, but Firmly Planted is such a good trait that it cannot be overlooked. So the two options in that column would be between Zen Moment and Firmly Planted for me. Again, fellas, no reason to even put full auto. This is a 150 round per minute scout rifles. You want to pace your shots. You're not spamming here. Now that final column, moving target to me would be the best. But quite honestly, there's a lot of different routes you can go here. If you wanted to rock Rampage, sure. Explosive rounds could also be a pretty nice touch, just to flinch your enemies a little more. But again, the god roll to me would be that first set right there, boys. Firmly Planted with moving target. Now the time to kill for these scout rifles, it's one of the fastest in the game at 0.8 seconds. 3 crits. Now again, like I said, it's hit or miss with 150 round per minute scout rifles. They're either able to consecutively hit those crit shots over and over, or they're all over the place. Talons of the Eagle is a good scout rifle and will work wonders for you. Guys, I'm a fan of this. And I feel like every weapon I've been reviewing here lately, I've been saying that. Like, oh, it's so good. Outside of one. Out of like all the reviews I've done here lately, only one has actually disappointed me. Now, I will say that ready speed is slow. If you're used to it from other 150 round per minute scout rifles, this may not be that big of an issue for you. If you're like me though, and you prefer to aim down sights at the last possible moment to start landing those crits, Ophidian Aspects is one of the best exotics to pair with this. Putting those exotic gauntlets on, guys, was a huge game changer. Overall, fellas, scout rifles require patience, especially these 150s. You may be sitting in lanes longer than you want to be, but like we said this morning when we reviewed Vouchsafe, a well-rolled scout rifle can break those clumping teams apart better than anything. So guys, that is the review for the Iron Banner Scout Rifle. I've been getting a lot of people contacting me on Discord as well as Twitter with their God Roll Iron Banner weapons. So some of these guns we may be returning to, fellas, with these God Rolls that I just spoke of, to see if they really perform as well as I think they will. So be looking out for them. Fellas, thank you so much for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.
Lonely, but not